The digital golf content paradox: a simple instructional video is buried under aggressive, non-consensual data harvesting. The user's request for a basic golf drill leads to a website, fogolf.com,
that immediately presents a critical conflict between content delivery and user privacy. The primary content, a presumably straightforward tutorial to correct a common slice, is entirely obscured by a dense, mandatory data consent wall presented in German.
This creates an immediate barrier to entry, transforming a simple search for knowledge into a high-friction experience centered on 211 partners seeking to process personal data for personalized advertising, performance measurement, and device identification. The strategic situation is defined by a misalignment of value. The user seeks instructional clarity, while the platform's first priority is monetization through extensive data collection, leveraging location data and cross-site tracking before any content is consumed.
Opaque monetization vs. user intent. The platform's business model fundamentally contradicts the expectation of straightforward, accessible sports education.
The contextual framework reveals a modern digital ecosystem where niche content sites operate as data aggregation fronts. The status quo for sites like fogolf.com
is to use high-intent, long-tail search queries, simple drill to help you if you slice the golf ball as bait to capture valuable user data.
The underlying driver is the economics of programmatic advertising, where a golf enthusiast's data indicating disposable income and specific hobby interests is highly valuable to 211 partners. This practice occurs within a regulatory grey area, relying on complex, pre-checked consent mechanisms that users often accept without full comprehension, especially when the interface language German may not match the user's own.
The mechanics of consent fatigue and content denial. The user's journey is halted at a gatekeeping consent form, creating a negative brand association before the core value is delivered. A deep dive into the mechanics shows a deliberate funnel design.
The user clicks a link promising a simple solution, but instead encounters a wall of legalistic text detailing the processing of personenbezogenen and personal data. The platform employs a take-it-or-leave-it approach. The content is held hostage until consent is given for a vast data-sharing ecosystem.
This creates a significant cognitive load and erodes trust. The technical terminology around berechtigt and interest, legitimate interest, and device identifiers highlights the sophisticated tracking infrastructure in place.
The relationship is purely extractive at the platform, and its partners seek to derive value from the user's presence and data, while providing the promised instructional video only as a secondary consideration, if at all.
Strategic verdict: a broken value exchange. This model is unsustainable, eroding user trust and platform credibility for marginal, short-term data revenue. The predicted consequence is high bounce rates and negative user sentiment, damaging the Fogolf brand's reputation as a reliable golf resource.
The long-term risk is regulatory scrutiny under frameworks like the GDPR, which mandates clear and freely given consent, a standard this aggressive pop-up may not meet. The strategic opportunity lies in reversing the value proposition, providing immediate, high-quality content to build a loyal audience, then implementing transparent, opt-in monetization.
Next steps for a competent operator would involve decoupling the content from the data gate, offering the drill video upfront, and implementing a less intrusive post-engagement consent model that respects user intent and fosters a community rather than treating visitors as mere data points to be harvested by 211 external entities.